Welcome back, CSE 230W1 to part 5 of EX18. We're working our way through hero page. If you need help, if not, you don't even have to watch this, but I'm going to do the buttons here. So what would I do? I'd go to W3 Schools. I'd go to W3 Schools and I'd go to CSS and then I'd look at CSS buttons. So I'd find CSS buttons that may be under advanced CSS buttons. There they are. And I'll probably take this first text. Now we're going to do it inline. So inline block is going to take the buttons from where they are now stacked, because if you remember, we'll just look at the buttons. We have our buttons as line items or list items inside of an ordered list. Now it could be unordered, ordered, doesn't matter right now because we're not really using it. We're just using it as links. And we also notice we have our links in here. So we can style both the class button and we can also style the anchor. Now, certain things we want to do to the anchor, like the text color and taking away the decoration, because that's part of the link itself. So let's go and look at some of that. Now, first of all, let's go to CSS buttons, and I'm just going to grab all this stuff, copy all this, and just kind of sort our way through it. So I'm going to go back to CSS, and I'll put it all under button for now. And I'll do a shift tab here, move everything out, and then I'll just tab everything over. And we have background color. I guess I'll leave it green for now, see what happens. Border, none. I guess we don't need any border. I don't even know if we have to put border, none. I'll just take that out. We'll put things as we need it. Color, white. Now that's the text. Now I'm going to put that on this. So I'm going to take this color out, and I'm going to put it here, because that's part of that. And anything that's part of the link itself, I want to put closer to here. Text decoration, none. That'll take away the link underline. So I'm going to take that out of here and put that here. Now, display inline block, that can stay here. That can stay with the line items. So I'll leave that here. And the padding can stay here, and the text align center can go here, unless you want to have all your text stuff together. That's fine. We'll throw it here. Keep all our text stuff for the link itself, and then kind of the bulk block kind of stuff we'll have here, like padding and background color and things like that. And inline block, I like to put inline block first because that's telling it how it's going to display. So I'm going to put that there first, and then I'll put background color, and then I'll put padding. Now this is using 15 pix and 32 pix. Maybe I'll do something. Remember, if you use rems, that's like 16 pixels. So this could be like 2 rem. This could be like 1 rem and 2 rem or less. Let's try 0.8 rem. And then we'll do, remember that's up and down, and then this is left and right. And I'll do maybe 1.5 rem. See what that looks like. That's just padding on the button. See what the button looks like. And font size, I could even take this out and put it in here. It's 16 pixels, that's 1 rem. So let's just put a 1 rem in there for now. And the hover is going to be our color when we change it, so we'll worry about that. When we worry about the color, let's just make sure things look and are positioned where we want them first before we worry about the hover. So let's see what happens. Boom. And that's okay, except they're not big enough. Now, how big do we want to make them? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And if you break up 100%, that's like 20% each. So we could make their width 20%. And we can also change the font. So we're using, let's get that Arial font. I think I'll use that. That's up here with our hero text font family. So we'll use that on the buttons too. And we could just put it on the whole nav area, or we could just put it on the button. And I'll put it here. And I'll make it a little bit bigger. And for here, we can make the width, let's try it 20%, see if that holds up. We might have to make it a little bit smaller if it goes over a little bit, because then it'll start bumping these. But let's see what happens. And it bumps it a little. There's a kind of a weird gap in there. And I think what I used to do is do like a negative margin to get rid of that. Let's try because I'm not sure where the margin's coming up, but I'll do margin left and right. Let's try this. This is just a little fix kind of thing. So let's try margin, and we'll try up and down 0. So we don't do any margin up and down. left and right. Well, let's try negative. And I'm just going to do like 2 picks. I won't get into rems right here. I'll just put 2 picks just to see what happens, if that helps it at all. So let's go here. And that seems to pull it together a little bit. And let's just see if -1 works. And -1 seems to work, so that's okay. It still doesn't make it short enough. So let's change our width from like 20 to like 19.5 and see what happens. And now that affected our margin. So let's go back and put the margin back at -2 and refresh. And that's okay. And let's make this a little bit smaller. Our point size may be making it smaller, so let me go back. Let me try just 19%. And let's try 18%. And let's try 15 just to see what's going on here. Just so I'm not messing something up. Oh, that's not good. What did I do? Let me put 16%. Oh, that's okay. I don't know what happened. How did it get like that with 1 more percent? Let's see, 1 more percent, and it got like that. Oh, that's okay. I don't know what happened, but it looks like 16 or 17 might be okay. So again, I'm just kind of trying things out here. We'll try 17. That's okay. I'm not sure why 18 wouldn't have worked. Let's try 18. And 18 doesn't work. So I guess we're at 17. And we'll leave it like that for now. I'll refresh it again. Now you saw that. It worked at 17. Now it's not. Let me put it at 16. Let me go here and refresh. Now, oh, that seems okay now. Let's bring it in. It's hard to see what's going on. Now we'll fix that. And it starts to break down there. On different lines. So right away it starts to break. I don't think I had that the last time, so I might have to fix something there. But anyway, let's do a hover. Let's just do this background, and let's just make it darker and see what the hover looks like. Refresh. I like that. Maybe a little too dark. Go up a little bit. All right, that looks okay. And it's breaking that one down to another line right away, because we're gonna stack them when we get to here anyway, when we actually do our query. So I think that's okay. I have to check my other code to see what's a little different there, because I think when I did my other one, they didn't break like that, but maybe I did something in the nav. Nav 100%, text align center, background color. Now again, I put background color just to have some backing in there, and maybe it's using the box sizing or something we need to do in there. I'll check that out when I take a break, see if the box sizing, you remember we did that to keep things together a little bit, see if that helps. And then all we have to do really is just do our queries. And our queries are just basically going to change this to one column and make the button stack, and probably make this smaller. A couple things we have to do here. Probably make this smaller. Maybe the button will get a little bit smaller. And these things are okay. As long as they're on one column, they should be okay. We might even adjust the padding just a little bit. Look, these things are stacking already. We don't even have to do that. Although they're not centered right when we do that, so we'll adjust that a little bit. But they're actually stacking. So we'll fix that in our next part. So we'll get it looking okay, or at least somewhat okay in our next part. That will be part 6, I believe, because I think this is part 5. So this is the buttons part that we just did here, and then we'll finish up tweaking with some of our queries at the bottom.